Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at writing or knowing the trigonometry ratios using our hand. So what I've drawn now is the left hand. So after drawing the left hand, you have to label them. So the thumb is 0 degrees, followed by 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. So because this is our left hand, we're going to put the sine on the right and then put the cos on the left. So remember, we have to square root the fingers remaining and divide by 2. So we're going to start with sine 0. Now we've got sine 0. We're going to get sine 0. So we don't have any fingers left here because we're going towards the right hand side. So sine 0 is going to be 0. Because we've got 0, we square root 0 and divide by 2. If you square root 0 and divide by 2, what you're going to get is 0. So let's look at sine 30. We're going to come this way. So sine 30 will be, count how many fingers left. We've got 1 finger left, so we're going to square root the fingers remaining and divide by 2. So if we square root remaining finger, divide by 2. So what you have as your answer is a half. Let's look at sine 45. Sine 45 is the one in the middle. So we look at how many fingers left. We've got 1, 2 going towards the right hand side. So we've got square root 2 over 2. You don't need to work it out. You don't need to find an answer for this. The square root, the sine 45 is going to give us square root 2 over 2. Now we move to sine 60. Sine 60 is here. So we're going to count how many fingers left. We've got 1, 2, and 3. So we have to square root 3. So we have sine 60 is, we've got 1, 2, 3 fingers left. So it's going to be square root 3 over 2. Now we look at sine 90. So sine 90, we've got 4 fingers left, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be square root of 4 over 2. And square root of 4 will give us 2 divided by 2, which will give 1. So sine 90 is 1. Now we move to cos. So we move to cos 0 degrees. So let's look at cos. So we're going to start with cos 0 degrees, sorry. So we have cos 0 degrees. This is cos 0. We're going towards the left-hand side. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers remaining. So it's going to be square root 4 divided by 2, which will give 2 over 2, which is 1. So cos 0 is 1. Now we look at cos 30. Cos 30, we're moving towards the side because we're looking for cos 30. So we've got 1, 2, 3. That will be square root of 3 over 2. Now we look for cos 45. We're going this way. We've got 2 fingers remaining. So we've got square root 2 over 2. Now we move to cos 60. We've got 60. How many fingers left when you're going towards the left-hand side? We've got 1 finger left. So that will be the same as the square root 1 over 2, which will give a half. We look at cos 90. Cos 90, we have no fingers left, so that will be square root of 0 divided by 2, which will give you 0. Okay? So the next we're going to look at will be tan. So tan is sine over cos. So whatever answer you get for your sine, you divide it by the cos. So we're going to start with cos, we're going to start with tan 0. So tan 0. So tan 0 degrees, if we've got sine 0, which is 0, divided by cos 0. So 0 divided by 1 is going to give you 0. Now we look at tan 30. Tan 30, we look at sine 30 is a half. And then cos 30 is square root 3 over 2. So we have to divide. The rule will be to keep, flip, and change. So if we keep, that is a half, we change the sign and then we flip. So tan 30 is going to give us 1 over root 3. So we look at tan 45. Tan 45 will be square root 2 over 2 divided by square root 2 over 2, because this is sine divided by cos. So keep, flip, and change. We've got square root 2 over 2 times 2 over square root 2. When you cancel out, it's going to give you 1, because square root 2 cancels square root 2 will give you 1. 2 divided by 2 will give you 1. So tan 45 is 1. Now we look at tan 60. Tan 60 will be sine 60, which is square root 3 over 2 divided by cos 60, which is a half. So what we have will be keep, flip, and change. So we've got square root 3 over 2 times 2 over 1. So we're going to have root 3. So tan 60 is root 3. Now we move to tan 90 degrees. Sine 90, sine 90 is 1. Cos 90 is a 0. So when you put this in your calculator, it gives you undefined. So this tan 90 degrees is undefined. I hope this helps. So we're going to look at drawing the right hand, because this one is the left hand. We're going to look at drawing the right hand, and then we do the same. Right, we're going to now do for the right hand. So we do the same process that we did with the left hand. So we're going to, but this time sine, instead of being on the right, sine is on the left hand side, and then cos is on the right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with sine. So this is sine, so sine 0, there's no finger left, so we put 0. Sine 30, we've got 1 finger left, so square root the finger remaining and divide by 2. That will give us a half. Sine 45, 1, 2, square root 2 over 2. Sine 60, 1, 2, 3. We've got square root 3 over 2. We've got sine 90, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Square root of 4 divided by 2. Square root 4 divided by 2 will give us 2 divided by 2, which will give 1. Now we move to cos. We're going to go towards the right. So we've got cos 0, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Square root of 4 divided by 2 will give you 1. Cos 30, 1, 2, 3. Square root 3 over 2. Cos 45, 1, 2. square root 2 over 2. Then cos 60, we've got one finger left, so it's a half. Cos 90, there's no finger left because we're going towards the right, so it's 0. So just remember that sine 30 and cos 60 are the same. They've got the same answer. Okay, so now we're going to do for tan. So remember, tan is sine divided by cos. So we have tan 0, which is 0 because sine 0 is 0, and then cos 0 is 1. So when we divide, it will give us 0. So we move to tan 30. So sine 30 is a half divided by cos 30, which is square root 3 over 2. So you use the KFC, keep, flip, and change, which will be half times 2 over square root 3. So your answer will be 1 over square root 3. Now we move to tan 45 degrees, which will be square root 2 over 2 divided by square root 2 over 2. So keep, flip, and change the sign. So that will be square root 2 over 2 multiplied by 2 over square root 2, which will give you 1. Now we move to tan 60. So tan 60 is sine 60 is square root 3 over 2 divided by cos 60, which is a half. So keep, flip, and change. So we've got square root 3 over 2 times 2 over 1. So you cancel out 2 divided by 2 is 1. So what you've got is square root 3. Now we move to the last one, which is tan 90. Tan 90, sine 90 is 1, and then cos 90 is 0. So what you have would be undefined. I hope this helps, and you'll be able to remember that when you see this in the exam, you have to either draw your left hand or your right hand. And if you're drawing your right hand, remember that cos is on the right. If you're drawing your left, remember that cos is on the left. All right, see you in my next video. Bye.